Man, what's going on, guys? Trucking is taking L's left and right this year, man. I mean, so many L's in trucking that's going on, it is beyond crazy. There has been more high-profile crashes in 2025 that I have seen in a minute.
Hold on!
On March 14th in Texas, a truck driver failed to brake and crashed into a long line of traffic. This caused a 17-vehicle pileup that killed 5 people, including 2 children, and 11 were hospitalized. On May 6th, in Alabama, a driver with less than 6 weeks of experience slammed his tractor and trailer into 4 vehicles stopped at a red light. He killed 2 people and he injured 4. On August 12th, the driver who had attempted an unauthorized U-turn on the Florida Turnpike caused this crash. It caused a minivan to crash into his trailer, killing 3 people.
We had the other crash that we thought that the driver was drunk, but come to find out it was like medicines or something like that. But still, it was a highly profile crash that happened. Not only that, about a gazillion trucking companies closing down this year that's leaving drivers without jobs. A 70-year trucking company, 70 years of moving freight came to a halt about a couple of months ago. So 2025 for trucking, not a good year. Not a good year for trucking, man.
Disclaimer. This channel is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All third-party video clips, audio, and commentary fall under fair use as outlined in Section 107 of the Copyright Act, in accordance with applicable laws. The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the host and should not be taken as fact or professional advice, and do not necessarily reflect current views or affiliations.
Drivers, you know number 47 is still going after immigrants. Drivers, you know ICE is not stopping, man. You know, they just helped Oklahoma remove 130 drivers off the road as a 3-day blitz. Imagine pulling in a weigh station out in Oklahoma and thinking that this is just going to be a normal inspection, and instead you find ICE and state officials there waiting to pull your CDL and quite possibly put you up under arrest for it. Let's talk about it.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
What's going on, drivers? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for listening. I am Lockoutmen, and our story begins with Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma. They recently announced a 3-day commercial vehicle enforcement blitz at the Beckham County Port Authority. Now, what does that mean exactly? As truck drivers know that there has been some kind of blitz. They got blitz week. They check for a particular issue with the truck. They get it into inspection. It could be anything from tires to brakes to just about anything they can figure out for that particular week. But in this situation right here, this blitz is kind of special. See, this blitz right here included people from ICE and DSP. They joined in to do something that could be widespread. They started this in Oklahoma, mind you. See, the focus on this blitz was CDL drivers and trucks that was registered in California. See, this particular blitz was a little bit narrow. See, over a course of 3 days, 130 commercial drivers were arrested and taken off the road.
An Oklahoma Highway Patrol teamed up with ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to be stationed along I-40 in Beckham County out in western Oklahoma. Together, they say they apprehended more than 125 undocumented immigrants.
What the state said they was doing, it was just pretty much looking for weight compliances and permit validation. And you know, the valid credentials that they say what they was looking for. But see, the real reason they got pulled in and they got arrested was because of the FMCSA's new emergency interim. Basically, It's a change at how states issue CDL to foreign domiciled drivers out here. See, with that said, one of the drivers that they pulled over, they had a driver's license that where your name is supposed to be at, or it says no name given. No name given in the place where the name is supposed to be. So this right here is a not so subtle message about fake and suspicious driver's license. See, with that said, Oklahoma said that unqualified or improperly credentialed drivers could be perceived as a safety risk out here, especially if they can't read the English road signs or operating out here improperly. So the commissioner out there said it bluntly. The inability to read road signs in English will in fact lead to more accidents out here on the road. So with that said, Oklahoma said they appreciated ICE and DSP for helping them remove improper, uncredited, potentially dangerous, and non-compliant drivers off the road. So drivers, this move right here feels huge. It's going to be huge. Maybe a little bit political. I mean, I don't do political on this channel, but it does feel a little bit political because on one hand, safety do matter. I mean, nobody wants a truck driver that's not safe on these roads behind the wheel of a truck. If you don't know the rules or if you can't read the signs, I mean, that is a huge danger to us, right? Listen, if fake CDLs and fraudulent registrations that's floating around out here on the roads, that really could be a legitimate risk out here, right? So let's be honest, this is a clear shot to trucking in California and immigrant truck drivers. See, when you zero in on a single state license plate and the registration, it's going to raise questions, drivers. Questions like, what are we talking about? Like, is we talking about safety or are we talking about making a statement out here? I don't know. That's going to be a question that's going to need to be asked. And here's another point, drivers. 130 drivers were arrested and their trucks put out of service in 3 days. That is some nasty work right there. Were all those drivers that was arrested, did they present some type of danger? We would never know, right? So drivers, I'm just saying, if you're an OTR driver that's about to pass through Oklahoma right now, this is a heads up for you. You better make sure your license, your permits, and your truck is airtight, my guy. See, that includes making sure your CDL, your medical card is valid and current. You better make sure that your weight and your loss is checked out too. So if you're one of them drivers that like to run lights out with help from dispatch manipulating the laws, allegedly, Oklahoma might be a state that you want to steer clear from. But listen though, on the flip side of that, this does hit the freight economy too. It hits them hard. They just literally pulled 130 drivers off the road. What is that going to mean for the brokers and shippers? I mean, they definitely going to feel the pain, right? But for blackout companies though, that rely on questionable hiring practices and looking the other way and manipulating the driver's laws, allegedly, this might be a warning shot to you guys as well. This story right here just shows how quickly enforcement can shift from routine to aggressive. I mean, think about it, drivers. Oklahoma is teaming up with ICE right now. That means that other states is not that far behind. Drivers, you know, safety might be a stated reason for pulling these trucks in, right? But when you got ICE involved, the trucking business impact could be massive. especially for black op carriers that's using immigrant labor or finding crazy loopholes in licensing out here. Listen, drivers, all I want you guys to do is protect yourself, keep your paperwork clean, keep your CDL current, and definitely know what state that you're stepping into. And listen, black op companies, I think it's time for you guys to start rethinking those shortcuts, because these sweeps, they're not going anywhere no time soon. Until next time, drivers.
What do you think? Is this fair safety enforcement or targeted action against certain drivers? Drop your take in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay ahead of moves like this. If you've got your own story, pulled into a port, hit with a surprise inspection, email me at lockoutmenpodcastguest@gmail.com. This is the underrated and overworked podcast. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll catch you on the next one.